Welcome to BMG and thank you for renting with us. We've created the following presentation to explain some of the basics of the rental process and to help you make a smooth transition into your new home. We will answer some frequently asked questions about the lease, paying rent, and maintenance. You should have received a lease packet to go along with this video. The packet and this video have been created to help answer the most common questions we receive. However, please read the entire lease agreement, house rules, and other documents that are part of your lease packet. It is important that you understand the lease before signing and returning it to our office. It is a legally binding agreement and no oral agreements will be made. If you do not understand the effects of the lease agreement, please consult your attorney before signing. Let's start by reviewing the lease packet. Page 2 of the packet is a checklist of items that must be completed and turned into our office prior to moving in. There is also a chart on this page that shows the total money that must be paid. The amount listed here as total deposit must be paid within 3 business days of your application approval to hold the property. The lease and other documents in the lease packet must be turned in at the same time as paying your deposit. Listed here is the total amount of rent that must be paid prior to moving in. The deposit and rent may be paid at the same time. The deposit and first rent payment must be made in the form of a money order. You will be given other options for paying rent once you are moved in, and we will cover those options later in this video. On the first page of the lease, there are several important items that you will want to make sure you understand. The top 2 lines list the only people that are allowed to occupy the unit. Occupants 18 and older must be listed on the top line, and the second line should contain all the occupants under the age of 18. If there is anyone that will be staying at the property for more than 3 days that is not listed here, you must first receive approval from management. Listed here is the monthly rental amount. Your rent is due on the 1st. You are given 5 grace days to compensate for weekends, holidays, and any other unforeseen emergency or problem. We cannot waive any late fees. This is a binding agreement and we do not have the right to waive late fees. We understand that things can get in the way of being able to pay your rent on time. That is why we've given you 5 grace days. If we receive your payment any time after 5 p.m. on the 5th, you will be charged a late fee. The late fee is listed here and is 10% of your rent. The month-to-month fee is charged at the end of your initial term if you decide to stay on a month-to-month basis. The pet inspection service is charged only if you have pets and is $25 per month. The service of notice fee is charged if we have to issue a notice to you for items such as non-payment of rent or other lease violations. The emergency network service is $3 per month. We have contracted with a reliable after-hours emergency call center, and each of our tenants is enrolled with that company to make sure that any maintenance emergencies you might have can be reported and taken care of properly. We will talk more about maintenance emergencies later in this video. The lease buyout is an option for the tenant to terminate the lease without being held responsible for the remainder of the term and is equal to 3 months' rent. Listed here is the total amount you will need to pay each month, including rent and any applicable service charges. You must pay the total amount listed here each month to avoid late fees, so please make special note of this amount. Listed here on the right is the security deposit. The first line shows the portion of your security deposit that is refundable at the end of your lease. Please read the entire section titled Security Deposit to understand what needs to be done to receive your refund. This lease will automatically go month to month at the end of the initial term of your lease. You must give 30 days written notice if you plan on moving out at the end of your term or during a month-to-month lease. On the last page of your lease, there is a section about pets. If your pet is not listed in this section or you have not signed a separate pet agreement, then you are not allowed to have any pets at the property at any time. This also means that you cannot have friends over with pets or pet sit for any amount of time. There is no smoking allowed in the property. According to the house rules that you will see in your lease packet, you must be at least 25 feet away from the property. Smoking in or around the building may result in fines or immediate eviction. Please pay attention to the lead warning statement. If the property was built before 1978, then it may contain lead-based paint. On the second page of your lease packet is a link to the EPA pamphlet describing the risks of lead-based paint. Please make sure you read this pamphlet. If you are unable to get it from the link, please let us know and we will provide you with a copy at our office. Please make sure to have all residents over the age of 18 sign the agreement after you have read and understand the entire agreement. We've only covered a few sections of the lease in this video, so make sure you understand the entire document. Included in your lease packet is the house rules. Please keep this handy and make sure you abide by these rules. Failure to follow these rules could result in fines or eviction. Many of the items on this page are covered on different parts of this video, but please read this entire house rules page. This form must be initialed by all residents and returned to our office with your lease packet. Included in your lease packet is a form entitled Utilities Confirmation. This form is designed to help you switch the necessary utilities into your name. You must fill out this form and return it with your lease before you can receive your keys. Please write your new account numbers in the space provided. Once you have completed the entire lease packet, please contact our office to arrange your move-in. Once you are moved in, you will receive an email with a link and a temporary password to log into your resident portal through our website. Please make sure you provide us with your email address to get this set up. Through your tenant portal, you can pay rent, request maintenance, update your contact information, and more. Let's first talk about the ways you can pay rent. You can drop rent off at our office in the form of money order or cashier's check, but the most secure and convenient way to pay your rent is to pay online through your portal. We do not accept personal checks in our office, but you can pay with your checking account through your secure portal. You can log in and pay each month, or you can set up convenient auto payments. Let's talk a little bit about maintenance. Your new home has been inspected and everything should be clean and in working order. During your lease, you're responsible for the day-to-day maintenance. You are responsible to replace light bulbs and air filters. You are responsible to keep smoke alarms working. Please test them frequently and change batteries if necessary. You are responsible to exterminate pests within your unit. You are responsible to maintain the yard and to remove the snow, unless your lease states that you are not. Please check your lease to see if you are responsible for exterior maintenance. This may not apply if you live in a multi-unit building. Any damages or wear above normal levels will be your responsibility. Some items that you're responsible for are broken or cracked glass and window screens, broken locks and lost keys. We do not provide locksmith services. If you're locked out of your apartment, you'll have to contact a professional locksmith. Clogged or damaged garbage disposals and clogged or stopped plumbing is also your responsibility. Most often, clogged drains and toilets are caused by hair or other objects that are not supposed to go down a drain. Please be careful to avoid causing costly repairs. You will be given a move-in checklist. Any damages to the property caused prior to your moving in can be noted thereon to avoid being held responsible. Please remember that this move-in checklist must be turned in within 48 hours of moving in, or you will be held responsible for any damage found during your move-out. For any other maintenance issues, you may submit a request to our office. All requests must be made in writing. By putting your request in writing, you are authorizing us to address the issue, and it makes it easier for us to get the request approved and make sure your problems are being taken care of quickly. The best way to do this is through your online portal. When you request maintenance through your portal, it is put directly into our work order system, making sure your request is accurately reported and more quickly responded to. If you cannot submit your request online, then you may also email, fax, or drop off a written request to our office. We do have an emergency line that can be used during non-business hours. This line is for maintenance emergency issues only. Please be considerate when calling this emergency line. To make sure any maintenance emergency you might have is handled timely, we have hired an emergency service network call center. However, please be aware that they will only take care of your call if it is an actual maintenance emergency. The phone number for this service is listed in your lease packet under the house rules. We understand there are many urgent items such as power outage, refrigerator not working, cars being towed, noise and nuisance issues, and these must be submitted in writing to the office and will be promptly addressed the next day. For items such as fire or nuisance issues that may cause harm to person or property, please call the local authorities. Please use the emergency line for maintenance emergencies only, such as the property is flooding or the property is being damaged. Remember, if a situation arises that your health or life is threatened, please call 911. We hope that when your lease comes to an end, you will decide to renew your lease with us. When it comes time for you to move out, you will need to give 30 days written notice. Your lease automatically renews on a month-to-month basis unless you give notice at the end of your lease. When you give your 30-day notice, we will send you detailed move-out instructions. These instructions can help you receive the maximum amount of your security deposit back. We hope that we can refund your deposit in full. This can be accomplished if the property is well cared for and ready to rent when you move out. We will try to refund your deposit as quickly as possible. However, in some cases it may take up to 30 days, especially if there are damages that need to be repaired. Make sure to give us your forwarding address so that we can get your deposit refunded as quickly as possible. We hope this video has been helpful in answering some of your questions. Please read through your entire lease packet and return it to our office when it is complete. Please contact our office to arrange a time to return your lease packet. Remember, before you can receive your keys and move in, we must receive your first month's rent and deposit in certified funds, and the utilities that you're responsible for must be put in your name. There's a link to this video and other tenant resources on our website under the Tenant Services page, including some how-to videos to help with the maintenance items that you're responsible for. Thanks again for renting with us, and we look forward to working with you.